Hi there, Jenny Wright with the Marketing Mixtapes, and today we're sitting down with Katie Skow, Principal Strategist with the Social Media Marketing School. She's got 20,000 followers on Instagram, and with Instagram being Facebook's versatile right arm, and it's also evolving and taking on characteristics of Snapchat and Pinterest, and all with the backing of Facebook's massive, massive population. So Katie, thanks for being here with us.
Thanks so much for having me. It's fun to be here, and I love talking social media and Instagram especially.
I know, we were just talking off camera about it. It was fantastic. So I've got a couple questions. My first one for you is, in your interview, we talked about three simple strategies, three simple steps to stand out and rule on Instagram. And without, giving it away, I was really surprised by the simplicity of the strategy. Really want to know, how come this is so effective?
Well, it's so effective because everyone can implement it, and it actually makes your social media easier when you implement these three strategies. So it's a time saver, makes it easy, and you'll ensure that you're actually seeing results.
We were talking about time saving off camera before we were talking about this, and you laid out, because we were talking about social media strategy, and you laid out and you said, well, no, I would get carpal tunnel syndrome if I did A, B, and C. I do it this way, which you tell everybody, and it saves time, and it really, really does. So that is fantastic. You've come up with these three simple strategies. Do you think you could tell us a couple of cool stories where people have implemented them and gone from like zero to hero on Instagram?
Yeah, and absolutely. And the one thing to keep in mind too is when you're looking at Instagram, and obviously we're entrepreneurs, we're business owners, like bottom line, we want to make money. It's all about our return on investment. And so really and without giving too much away, one of the things that I talk about in our interview and what I teach is that you really need to bring online, offline. So you're using Instagram to build relationships, take it offline, and go from there and do business together, right? And so some of the success stories that come out of this are, someone gets a client from building a relationship on Instagram, because it goes from, say Instagram to email to Skype, for example, the relationship, and they work with this client like a graphic design. She was a web and graphic designer. So she worked with this client, and the client was super happy. People said, oh my God, who did your website? And it's word of mouth referral. So don't think that you always have to rely 100% on Instagram for bringing new leads all the time. Sometimes the first drop comes from Instagram, and then it's the trickle effect, right?
Absolutely.
Word of mouth.
It does really work. So do you have an example of somebody who used the strategies to get from online, like on social media, and was able to really grow things offline even bigger, like they were able to grow their following or create more additional sales, things like that?
Yeah, so any service-based business can really do that. So, one example that I just shared is that website graphic designer. Another thing is I've been working with a client, and they're kind of more in the restaurant industry, but they said, we don't want 1 million fans or 1 million followers on Instagram. We just want 1,000 high-quality followers in the specific geographic area and the specific area of the industry. And so we found those 1,000 plus people, and kind of between we start the relationship on Instagram, and then because they're geographically located in the same region, we're able to, and the client's really able to touch base with them in real life, and it creates business and it creates sales. So don't just think, a lot of people, here's the thing, is the stereotype with Instagram is that everything does have to be visual, but people think that you need to be an artist or a photographer. You need to be in this like super visual industry. But I think that's a huge misconception. And I think that Instagram is underutilized for service-based industries. So if you're a coach, if you're a website designer, if you're a graphic designer, name other industries, and you can really build relationships on Instagram that you can take offline, do business.
So this isn't just a conversation piece. There's actually a lesson to be learned here. And it's also with the visual lessons that you were just talking about, but for those service-based industries that are really, really looking to grow their reach. So make sure when you watch Katie's interview that you really look at this really simple 3-step strategy that she shares. To get that 3-step strategy, you guys have to go and sign up for the marketing mixtapes. Register for that now. It's at www.management.ca/mixtape. And we'll see you all soon. Thanks so much, Katie, for being here.
Thanks for having me, and be sure to join the summit because there's so much great information. Every expert has really amazing things to contribute. So thank you so much for putting this together.
Oh, thanks. No, we had a blast putting each other. It's been a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Take care.